got this. I'm gonna do it. Got this. Okay.
Okay.
Social media is controlling us whether we like it or not. There are many studies, charts, articles, posts, and what have you about how social media is rotting the minds of the youth. I mean, it's not like we're zombies or spend every second of every moment on our phones. Okay, maybe there is some truth to that. We are the generation that grew up in the digital age. The world's information at your fingertips, instant entertainment, knowledge, news, and trends. Come on. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the news and, well, just the world in general hasn't exactly been the best. It's no wonder that the generations growing up with technology are depressed and anxious, and it's only getting worse. We have even had companies admit to having their algorithms adjust to each user. They sort this out through the user's likes, dislikes, how long they stay on a page, and how fast they leave a page. It is very much designed to keep you coming back. And the internet was supposed to be used like a tool, but it's got turned into a very addictive and manipulative platform. How is the algorithm created to be addicting? Well, the phone is a tool. It helps with communicating to those who are not around you. And social media, it's not a tool. That is a manipulative and addicting product that a couple of male engineers living in California working at a handful of tech companies had such a large influence on 2 billion people's thoughts and choices, and that's scary. And the definition of addiction is one exhibiting a compulsive, chronic, physiological, or psychological need for a habit-forming substance, behavior, or activity. And these social media companies want your attention. Your attention is their product. They make you addicted by getting you to form habits. And it all started when Facebook introduced the like button. Even looking it up on YouTube now, you'll see videos of people explaining how to get more likes. And now you're probably wondering how something as simple as a like is habit-forming. It is a reward system that is unpredictable and constant. For example, Twitter takes a while to load to keep you wanting to see beyond that. Instagram has a pull to refresh, and it will give you something new every single time. And Pinterest, it'll cut off the image at the bottom of the screen so that the user is tempted to scroll down and see the entire image. But how does the algorithm know what you like?
It's like a reinforcement. It's the random reinforcement that keeps you coming back for more. Just like the algorithm in TikTok where they... you keep scrolling, the first 2 TikToks isn't what you like, but then afterwards it kind of just keeps guessing on what you think you like, and then it goes from there. And then it doesn't matter if you like dancing videos, cooking videos, all that stuff. Eventually TikTok will start to form this little pattern of sending those videos your way for you to watch the 30 or the 3-minute clip or the 30-second clip or however long it is. Organizing videos, dancing videos, just whatever you like. It starts to add up. But it's hard to pull yourself away from it because it's just something that you're used to doing, just like the simple scroll with your thumb on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of them. You just scroll with your thumb, like a post, double tap. It's easy. Okay, I think I did good. TikTok has been around since September of 2016, but ever since the COVID pandemic and since it happened in 2020, TikTok has had the highest downloads in the last 2 years from anything, and it's really just because everybody was locked up and just bored in their house.
According to research done by Statista.com, the main group of individuals who identify with being addicted to social media the most is females. Through their research, they asked males and females ages 16 to 64 whether they were completely addicted to social media or somewhat addicted to social media. After their research, they found that 34% of women identify with being somewhat addicted, with 11% identifying with being completely addicted. In comparison to the female statistics, 26% of males describe themselves as being somewhat addicted to social media, with 7% of males identifying with being completely addicted to social media.
Why can young children having phones affect their daily life? So this website I found, Nationwide Children states that approximately 45% of kids between the age of 10 and 12 have smartphones that are connected to a service. And that may be concerning because of the fact that children don't need to have phones at the age of 10 and 12. I mean, well, yeah, they kind of do, actually. They really do. Because if you're 12, I mean, that's about the time when you're going to, like, football practice and stuff like that. But to a certain extent, I don't think kids should have phones that have internets on them, and just even have smartphones at all. Because when I was 10, I didn't have a smartphone. I had like a little flip phone, and all I could do was just call my mom and text my mom and dad. But kids nowadays, man, they just have everything: iPads, phones, just everything, and it's probably not good for their brain growth and how things work with them. It messes with how I know they're not getting their homework done. Yep. Not doing their homework. Because I know if I had a smartphone at the age of 10, I would not be doing my homework. Nope. And if TikTok was around when I was 10, girl, tell me, I'd be on TikTok making dumb dances of myself, posting them. I probably had a Facebook at the age of 10, but I didn't have a phone. I just was like doing it on the World Wide Web. But also, if kids have a phone between that age, then they just have access to look up anything that they want online, and that's scary. It's kind of creepy. Like that Momo thing where kids would go on YouTube and this little creature would come up on their YouTube and, Momo. Like that. I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like a gnome, but it's creepy, scary looking. I don't know where these people went.
I've never personally experienced something of a withdrawal from my device, but I know certain people do when separated from their device, or social media websites, or phones, or computers, or laptops in general. And a lot of those symptoms interlap with those of physical withdrawal, such as, like itching, or annoyance, frustration, anger, and they overlap pretty frequently, and in the end it's more like any other addiction. It needs to be treated and it needs to be focused on, and it's not something to be ignored in general. I've never personally felt peer pressured to download any social media websites or social media in general. I think the only time that could come close to is my sophomore year of high school, when TikTok was just getting big, and my friends were sending me videos on it, and sending me videos from it, and I downloaded it just because I wanted to fit in with my peers, and it was just more simple. But from a young age, we're taught to look out for peer pressure, and a lot of the time that peer pressure can be self-inflicted or self-motivated.
Social media can affect people's decision making and causes them to engage in risky behaviors such as drugs. Also, people that use social media have the same impaired indecisiveness as people that use drugs. Our perception of ourselves is affected by social media because it draws our attention to people with the most likes and shares, and we tend to compare ourselves to those people. And humans have a fundamental need to belong and a desire for a social status.
So this is why we have decided to go a day without using social media and comparing it to our individual typical days.
What is your favorite app? My favorite app is probably Snapchat because it's what I use to communicate most of the time with my friends and stuff like that.
What do you think is your average screen time?
My average screen time is about 3 hours a day because honestly, the only reason I use my phone is to either text, call, or sometimes look through social media.
Do you find yourself needing to check your phone?
Yes, because sometimes I'll always be checking to make sure I didn't miss a message from someone, stuff like that.
Could you go 7 hours without using social media?
I believe I could just because I already have a very small social media presence online and I don't really get on or post or anything like that.
Okay. Do you think high social media usage leads to higher rates of suicidal thoughts?
Yes, because especially in young people, because it attaches it gives them an unreasonable image of who they want to be, but it's almost impossible to achieve because there's a lot of filters and stuff like that used. So they always see themselves as unperfect and never good enough and stuff like that.
And finally, do you think heavy social media usage affects unhealthy sleep patterns?
Yes, because people will watch YouTube or just be on social media right before they go to bed for 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes, because I know I've done it before. And that can honestly lead to other problems too, like mental health problems and just losing your grades and stuff like that, them lowering, just because of how difficult it can be to go on without sleep.
Thank you.
Okay, it is now 4:19, and I haven't been on my phone all day. The only time I'd be on my phone is for my Roku remote or just texting people. I have caught myself going onto social media like Facebook, Twitter, things like that, but I would get right out of it. I've come to realize that it is very hard doing my, daily things without being on my phone. I get bored. If I'm watching TV, I'll get bored and I'll try to go on my phone. Like to, go on Facebook or watch TikToks or something. My screen time is 3 hours and 11 minutes. And my TikTok was from this morning, but my Roku has been the most that I've been on all day. It's really hard not, being on social media all day, and I feel like just these apps, they take up some of your time, so it makes the day go by smoother, or it just kind of eases your mind so you're not sitting there just bored or, it's something for you to do. I think it was a very good experience for me to see how much my mind and body actually wants to be on social media all the time. And it was a really good experience and something that I will put into my daily life now to know that all these apps like TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, they take up a lot of my time. And
so today I have decided to not use my phone or social media for the entire day. And it definitely made me realize just how dependent I am on using social media throughout the day. Usually I can spend hours scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and checking my Snapchats. But without those distractions, I feel like I was a lot more productive and I got a lot of things done today. I also took more time to hang out with my family and my brother. But yeah, overall, I feel like it was a good experience because it made me it put into perspective how much I do use my phone and all the other things I could be doing other than just mindlessly scrolling. But yeah, it made me feel a lot less stressed out and anxious. And I feel like it's something that a lot of people should do.
I think this was a really good experience. It was hard, but I'm very happy that I did it. And it was something that I think a lot of people, and especially our age, that we should try and do it because you'll learn a lot from yourself.
Follow as many point of views as you can. Get the whole story and not just what the algorithm puts on your feed. Not only is it worrisome that the users don't get all of the point of views to a story, but there are some that are intentionally share or create made-up news on social media. The whole thing with false news is that it's intentional, so that those that believe it are unintentionally sharing it. This may seem small, but eventually it becomes a problem where it affects the choices for government and information that can be hazardous to the public. Like, for example, in 2020, the beginning of the pandemic, there was misinformation everywhere. Anxiety and stress were building as misinformation about how many fatal cases there were and how you caught it and how you could prevent it.